All right. Yeah, I had to start this straight away after finishing off them watching his video. But this is them in Jim and Sam interviewing him. The angry bagel boss guy going viral, women, anger, being MLK. Now that last one's mental. But yeah, Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the studio, for the first time, believe it or not, on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Yes, first of many times.
First of many times, our new friend.
Hello,
here he
Chris.
is.
Welcome to the show.
Chris the Bagel Guy. Chris the Bagel Guy is here. Christopher Morgan. Chris the Bagel Guy, welcome, man. How are you? Sit down.
This is amazing.
No, you're amazing. Are you kidding me? We're all so excited.
I like this blue, like it's lighting, bright, the lighting, metallic.
He's really small. He's really, really small. That video didn't do justice to how small he actually is. He's tiny.
My favorite song.
You like that? Metallica,
now
yeah.
you've been
We're
doing
live
what?
on the air, just so
Judas
you know.
Priest or
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, or like my favorite, but yeah.
You like that? You like aggressive
Wait, I'm
music.
taking
That's
this in. Hold on.
that's a
It's
surprise.
Like WrestleMania with the lights, dude. Look at this.
Yeah.
If you smell what the Bagel Man is.
Are you?
So
Wait,
you're liking your newfound fan?
Chris, are you a wrestling fan?
Yes.
Yeah, put the headphones on. Are you a wrestling fan?
I've been.
Well, you should know. I don't know if you watched the WWE pay-per-view last night,
No,
but
no.
could somebody play the clip? You can hear in your headphones, right?
Yeah.
This happened. If you look at the screen right there, this was last night on WWE TV. Okay, and this is for you, Chris.
This building is going to have to be structurally sound because these two are going to walk in more aggressive than a short guy at a bagel shop.
That's for you, buddy.
He gave you the reference.
On WWE last night.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Well,
This
welcome
is
to
a
the show,
dream.
Chris.
It's. I didn't think I'd ever see you calm. It's nice to see you just kind of mellow in the morning. Well, the way this whole thing transpired, I didn't expect this to happen at all, and this is all real. And for everybody that thinks any of this is a hoax, it's not. It's 100. The stuff like this has been going on. It's been building, and it's brought this personality. That's why it's real. That's why the people that I work with love me, because they know I'm a natural, and it's coming from my heart because I felt it. I've been through it, and it's all real. I have to ask you the most important thing. Sorry. Yeah. Did Al ever give you the money?
Yeah.
Con
man Al.
Yes. What happened was I agreed to give him, even though he texted me what he wanted, I ended up giving him like another $300, and then he gave me the rest, and I signed a little thing. But he went in and brought out cash. But the fact that he's trying to play it off like he's broke, yeah. Meanwhile, you have the cash in the house. Nikki Santoro, yeah, you thought I was laying it,
You know,
right?
It's interesting the way you talk about your what you're doing right now,
Right,
because
right.
you're talking about how it comes from the heart and everybody's so happy. Normally, these types of speeches that you're giving are reserved for people who maybe do good deeds or all of a sudden are doing something. Magnificent, just doing something that brings joy to people.
Yeah,
I
love it.
You are actually, you've become very famous for yelling profanities at people and kind of threatening
I'll tell you
and
something.
getting very, very angry. But you're treating it like it's the great joy of your life.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
When you get to a point where so much stuff happens, you just kind of start going, like, what the heck? Perfect example just popped in my head. The movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Love it.
It's a good one. Right. Remember when they're sitting on the road and all of a sudden the car goes on fire?
Yeah.
And they just thought, like, it was like that. Like,
Right.
that's it. I've had it. Like,
Right.
And,
But-
and then,
You know,
you know.
it strikes me, though, because you've said that, but it feels like you've had many of those moments. This just
yeah.
happens to be the one that everybody
Yeah,
saw.
Yeah. And I met, like, years ago, I used to be a freelance court reporter. I met the guy from Goodfellas with the Maury's wigs at a deposition. Oh. And he goes, at the end of the deposition, he goes, we're going to make a Goodfellas too. He goes, do the scene with Nicky, how am I funny? And when I did it, he goes to the lawyer and he goes, he's good. And that was in 06.
Right.
So the And guy I'm like, you where's met, my exposure?
You met the real Maury.
Yes.
And we were just
Chuck
saying,
Lowe,
you,
Chuck Lowe.
you asked for money like him. I want my money. Where's my fucking money? You asked for money like Maury.
Before the deposition started, I was setting my equipment up. There's nobody in the room. The lawyer said, all right, go set up your stuff. And this guy came in with sunglasses and a snow hat. And long story short, he starts talking to me. I didn't even know it was him. And then when I started hearing him talking, I'm like, what? He goes, I'm him. I'm like, get out of here. He didn't even tell me at first.
I have to ask you too. We know it seems like you're having trouble with the ladies, and it's kind of gotten to a point where you just can't take it anymore with
No.
the way they're treating you.
Nope.
What are they doing to you, and how are they treating you?
Well, I'll tell you what, from speaking to a lot of people, I felt a little better that it's happening to everybody, not just short guys. I mean, I have a gazillion stories. Obviously, there's not enough time for it, but most of them, I'm not trying to offend any woman out here. Don't get me wrong. It's just from the heart. You know, a lot of them, they come to you with smiles, you know, like, and then they promise you this, oh, I like you, and then you either never hear from them again. You know the deal. And a lot of them, maybe they're not doing well, and they're ashamed of it, and they want to, you know, try to get over on you. And I'd rather you be honest, and if you're honest and you're trying, I'd be happy to help you if I'm doing well. But to act like that and be sneaky, it's like, come on, I can't stand shaniness. I cannot stand it anymore. And it's just everything, and boom.
Well, let's walk through the day in question, shall we?
Yeah.
You walk in to a bagel store.
You want me to just tell you the whole thing soon?
I would love that.
Yeah. So I walk in, and I've been there. You know, I'm a local fisherman now. I know a lot of people there before this ever happened.
You're a frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one particular time, the Indian woman never helped me. I've seen her there, but she never helped me.
Right.
Maybe in her like late 50s or something. And she had an accent, you know. And I ordered a whole wheat bagel with 2 egg whites and American cheese.
That's healthy.
Right. Well, I'm diabetic, so I have to eat that way. So she almost didn't understand the concept of egg white, and I'm like, so I had to tell her 3 or 4 times. Then she said she understood.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When you had to repeat yourself 3 or 4 times about the egg whites, were you getting a little bit frustrated?
Of course I was, because this happens a lot. So, like, write it down. You know,
Right.
Most delis do that. Anyway, so then all of a sudden she walks over to one worker and she's giggling, and then she goes to the grill and she's cooking, she's looking. So I let this go so after having to tell her 3 times and then letting this stuff go, 3 or 4 times, that's why I said, "Excuse me, miss," and she stopped cooking. I says, "No, she's still cooking." I says, "What are you laughing at? What is so funny?" She stops and she's like, now she has this look on her face like, "Oh, he caught me." I'm like, duh, you couldn't make it more obvious.
Right.
So then the next thing you know, just words got louder, and because they were denying it, and that pissed me off even more. And then that's when the video took over.
So the woman says, what makes you, the video starts, if I remember right, it's the person filming says something like, what makes you think you can degrade women? What caused her to say you were degrading women before the video started?
When that happened, that reminds me of all the times that if I asked them out, I got reactions like that, and it just, all the memories built up.
So you started getting you just pissed off. It tapped into something.
Yeah, it's like if a woman gets raped 3 times, and the man's she's alone jogging in Central Park, and a guy starts jogging, but he could just be there for the purpose of jogging. She's going to, because from past experiences. So it's the same thing. It's just
similar to women being raped.
Yeah. It's, you know, she's not going to trust any man anymore.
Did you? Sorry to interrupt, Chris. I have to ask you because this builds up. You said when you were growing up, you would like girls. You would ask them out.
Of course.
And they would be. How would they treat you unpleasantly?
Well, don't get me wrong. I've had girls on and off. You know, a good amount of girlfriends. But they, like today, especially with. Oh, I thought the microphone cut off.
No.
Like, you know, in the old days with the rotary phone, you would have to speak to somebody. Today, it's so easy to just, and it's just so cold. I mean, it's great because it's helped us. People make money overnight, but at the same time, it's just turning people into, like, forgive me for saying it, but stupid robots.
Yeah,
with no freaking personalities.
They blow you off. They blow you off in text.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
crazy.
answer. Even last night, one of the guys that's here in the studio today, we were hanging out. He goes, "Dude, don't worry. This has happened to me a million times. Taller, better looking guys." I says, "Even you?" He goes, "Don't. That's just how they are." And I'm not trying to offend women, but I don't get your logic. Just be polite and just tell us. Stop. I can't stand being like the silent treatment. Oh.
You don't like being ghosted.
I hate that.
You said at one point that women had told you to kill yourself because you're short.
Yeah.
What is the context of that? And what context did a woman say, "Oh, I didn't realize you were 5 feet or under. You should just kill yourself"?
This was in 2005. I was actually at court reporting school. I took a break and I was on a computer checking my stuff, and I think I got a message, and she must have been, I guess, talking to a lot of people, and she didn't remember me, so I sent her a picture. Oh, okay, and then she asked the basic pedigree information. When I told her that, she said, "Are you serious? You should kill yourself. Your family you should be dead." And I still remember that, and that was in 2004, and I'll never forget that. And I even showed one of my teachers the email.
So you in the deli, waiting for your bagels, you got mad at the woman filming you because you remembered in 2004, 2005.
No, I had no problems with her filming me. I didn't care about that.
No, I mean, you were mad. You directed your anger towards the woman filming you because
she's a young kid who hasn't lived half my life, and you're questioning my validity?
She doesn't understand where this is coming from.
Yeah, listen, I was in college when you weren't even a thought, so be quiet.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It
you
builds
don't know
up.
nothing.
The frustration builds up.
Of course it does. I'm not a bad guy, but when you you go to Go to a zoo, get a stick, and you keep poking a lion and see what happens. See what happens.
You're gonna get bit.
Yeah,
You're gonna get bit.
exactly.
You're gonna get bit.
Damn right.
There was one thing too where you said the guys who tackled you was 3 times your size.
Yeah.
One thing that struck me though is you did.
What a
kinda,
tough guy, right? Good for you, tough guy.
Yeah, I didn't like that he did that either. You did.
Trust me, I didn't either.
You did kind of chest bump the one guy though. Like you did kind of.
I did, yes.
You
Because
invited a little physical
I did,
confrontation.
because I was already heated,
Sure.
and I'm tired of people butting in my business. But I could have forgiven all of that. The thing that set me over the edge was when he had his knee on my back. I couldn't get him off me, and he had my shirt pulled. I was starting to like slowly suffocate.
You did have your shirt pulled over your head.
He had it, and he
saw
wouldn't.
that.
And he goes,
I
"Call it."
theorized that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't almost breathe after a while.
But let me ask
You
you,
know,
this:
so-
how much of it is personal responsibility when you say to a man who's 3 times your size, 2 times your size, however big he was?
I know what you're going to
When
say.
you say to him, then come and attack me, and then he responds in kind by saying, I will accept your invitation and I will attack you.
Meaning like prove you're a tough guy by beating someone up my size. That's
Right.
basically what it was meant for.
there
So
was
if it was a
some sarcasm
misunderstanding,
there.
right? If it was a misunderstanding, that's what I meant by it. Like, come on, like oh, you're going to prove you're bad, but that's what it was.
But you're
That's
not
what it
an
was.
angry guy. You consider yourself an angry guy. You're a good dude.
Ask all my friends.
Right.
I have a gazillion friends.
Romeo,
I mean, when
where's Romeo? Did you bring him?
I tried reaching him. But Romeo, where are they, Romeo?
We enjoyed your video of Romeo making you laugh with the Ernie doll. You really?
Oh no, that's Jose.
Oh, that's Jose.
Oh, different guy.
You saw that?
Oh, we watched it. You kidding me? I watched
We
it while I
did.
was driving.
That's one of my many normal friends that I fish with.
I
No,
see.
he's hilarious.
I
He's
see.
hilarious.
No, but you don't consider.
I'm looking for.
He said he's looking for.
I'm
Well,
looking for pussy.
pussy.
Oh, you can say it on
You
this.
can curse
Oh, I
on
forgot.
Satellite, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Looking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
pussy. Yeah.
You see Ricky? Any fish out there? You laughing at motherfucker? I want to make soup.
I'm Chucky. I like to fuck you.
No. He goes, I'm Chuggy, and I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck you.
A fucking guy. Shout out to all you guys at the marine. I'll never forget all you guys. Ever.
right.
I
No
like
matter how
pussy.
famous you get, right?
You know who I mean. I can't run down the list. There's too many people.
Too
you know
many
who you
people
are.
to name all.
Exactly.
But you don't consider yourself an angry guy because when I looked at this, I said
Everybody gets angry when provoked, but
Yeah, but
angry all
I-
the time like a Charles. No.
I've never seen the reason I think that this went so incredibly viral and millions and millions and millions of people have seen this. I mean, you know, I tell you how popular this video is.
I've heard.
Jim and I watched the video on the air
It's so-
and just kind of did a breakdown of it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
video of us doing the breakdown has almost 100,000 hits on it.
It's
and that's
nuts.
us just
I
doing the
can't believe-
breakdown.
it's
Yeah,
nuts.
just discussing it.
Staggering.
But I think part of the reason that everybody is so interested in this is
They can
because
relate in some way. Like if you have a handicapped brother, they can relate.
no, you were
You know?
incorrect. I think that the reason that they're so interested in this is that they have never been in a situation where they've seen anybody get this angry for apparently no reason. I think that your behavior might be a little less common than you think.
Yeah, but as I said, there's a whole story behind it. For every action, there's a reaction.
Right.
So
Now, if I had a decent life and I was like that for no reason, you'd be like, okay, there's a problem. But you seen all half of my stuff on YouTube.
A
did
lot
you
of
get
it.
bullied?
People,
In
people
school,
trying to
right?
bezel money out of me. You call me your partner. It's like, who do you trust anymore?
I saw
Then
the
you
one.
get like sometimes you get whacked.
Al, you made a math
You know?
mistake with Al, by the way. It's been driving me crazy.
What- yeah.
Al, you owed you $1,500.
Yeah.
You said to Al, all right, 350, 300. I'll give you 500. But then you took the 500 out. You had minus 300, made it 1,200, and then you go, all right, I'll take 500 off. You owe me 700.
I
you
realized
fucked yourself out of
yeah,
$300.
I realized, and I was so angry. Yeah, you're right. But
You
you
saw
know what?
red.
It was like
You gotta
goodbye.
bring- you gotta
Yeah.
bring an accountant.
But here's the kicker. A week before this happened, right?
Yeah.
We went to Jake's Casino on Long Island.
Okay.
58. He wins $500. So I'm waiting for him now. He owes me $1,500, and I'm like, give me $20. He didn't even offer to start to pay me back. Like
So-
that was
Oh,
such
my
that
God.
was such a slap in my face. I'm
are
like,
you still
piece
friends?
Of crap.
You still
could-
friends with him?
Am
or
I
no?
still friend-
You never went back after that. No.
I don't think I'm gonna go back. I'd
Can
be
I-
in prison.
I'll tell you, you can if you want to say shit instead of crap, you can.
You can.
Yeah,
can
but
say that.
I don't know if you noticed in that video. If you scroll down, there's a comment down there of a guy that knew him.
Really.
And he had a company. He would demolish their homes, take their deposit, leave their homes wrecked. They eventually found out. They raided his office, closed it down. They took all of his laptops and shut him down.
Really?
And I never knew this about him.
But you kind of saw it coming when you had that interaction with him.
I know. I used to work for him. He owned a restaurant and he even owned a pizzeria in Ronkonkoma. But I knew him for about 6-7 years, and then this just started brewing like the last 2-3 weeks. It was getting skiffy, sketchy, and he never really came across as that ever.
Right.
Do you have a girlfriend now? Are you
Currently,
dating?
no.
So are you now? This must have helped you. You get some.
I mean,
fame.
I got some phone numbers and I met her. I know pictures, but actually dating, no, I'm not with anybody currently yet.
Trust me,
So-
when you got this kind of fame, dating anybody
I've seen it.
exclusively is not the move. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get out there and play the field a little bit.
Of
That's
course.
what I would.
Yeah,
do.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, you know how to play the game at this point. So,
And you don't want to, but there's so much cheating going on. And when people get, I have a close friend of mine, one of the guys at the marina, and he liked this girl that trusted, and he basically found out that I'm not going to mention names, but and they known each other for a while, and she buttered him up with great comments, and he's about maybe 5'11", 6 feet, and he walked in a bar and basically heard or something. I forgot the exact story that she was cheating on him. It's like, oh my God! So another example of why are you going to waste your time saying you like this guy? This is what I'm saying. You can't trust anybody anymore.
Have you been cheated on?
Have I?
Yeah.
If I have, I've never known about it.
Oh, you never caught him on it. Okay.
No, and I've never heard about it or nothing.
but you don't trust women.
You know, let me tell you something. I found that from talking on dating sites with plenty of women for years. And again, no, I'm not trying to bash anybody here, but this is from experience that, you don't question your teacher who's a lawyer who's been in school for 7 years and worked in firms. You don't do that. So you're not going to question me on this. I have experience with all due respect to everybody. You're going to respect this when I say this. No, I don't. I don't respect them because they just lie right. Most of them lie right to their face. But I found that once they start to get over like 40 to 50, and even some of them are still whack, but I find that you can actually have a normal conversation and not worry about that shit because they're getting more mature.
Once you get menopause out of the way, you can actually start talking to these people.
Right.
Yeah. So you consider yourself having a legal degree in the ladies.
At first,
to speak.
At first, I didn't even have a certificate. Now, I have a doctorate degree.
What kind of girl are you looking for? Like, what if you could have a girl right now that you could date, steady, and go out with? What are you looking for? What kind of girl?
I mean, height really doesn't matter, but I prefer something, I mean, my wife was 5'4". I've dated 5'7", but I mean, and nothing not too tall, but but I'm really not limiting myself. But my favorite is tan skin with like black hair, and if they have like a pink bikini with black polka dots, if it's over.
Okay,
So
it's
you
over.
get specific.
All right, yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, you want a girl from an Elvis movie.
I said it's over. That's just over.
So you want to? Oh, here's your diet sample.
What happened?
Yeah, your diet sample's here too if you're thirsty.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
So you want a black girl or a Latin girl? You're saying tan or a white girl?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not racist. I'll take anybody I'm attracted to. If I'm attracted to your face, you're in. But my favorite is like Mexican skull, Mexican call. Remember Selena Quintanilla from the 80s? In love with her.
Selena. Bitty Bitty Bom Bom.
She was. Oh my God.
How old a girl do you want? Do you have a preference for age?
No. But I mean, as long as if you find the right, because age is just a number, as we know. But if you find one that, listen, I've met girls who are 24 who are more mature than 40-year-olds. And vice versa. It's sick.
Right.
They're all different. It's incredible. But that's good. That's the way God made it. You don't walk into an ice cream parlor and they all have all mint chocolate chip.
I heard that.
You know?
I heard that.
So in high school, you said you got picked on or people treated you shitty.
Actually, not too bad.
Not bad.
Well, I heard, and this is just.
As high school ended, it got worse. Not in high school.
But did they call you Alf in high school?
Yeah. Only a couple of guys. I kind of caused that. I'm not going to get into the story, but he did it in a reaction to. I'm not going to get into it.
Well, why did he call you Alf?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Did
I
you
don't know.
start it or he did?
No, he did. And then one of my friends that knew him said, "Oh, we called you." Blah 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 blah. But I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But I'm not going to get into the story. But
How come?
Did it hurt your feelings?
no, not really, not at all. Not
Alf
when-
is so small, though.
Or
that's not what it was
Because Alf was
about.
kind of funny too. So
Alf
I was like,
was
oh,
funny.
okay, I like that. I was like, all right.
See,
Alf
this
is a good show.
You seem like a rational, nice dude.
Of course I am. I'm college educated. Why the fuck wouldn't I?
Yeah,
be?
but the
You know?
minute.
By the way, right there, that's very funny. You seem like a nice guy. Who the fuck said I'm not? But when you
Forget
get angry,
about it. You're a fucking fugazi.
when you get
Donnie
angry,
Brasco,
is
one
it
of my
hard for
favorite
you to
ones.
stop it when you get angry?
It depends on the day. It depends on the day. It also depends on how high I get too. So you know what I mean?
You like to do drugs? Yeah.
What's that?
You do drugs?
Just marijuana.
Oh, okay.
I see. And that calms you.
Oh, it makes me. Oh yeah, it edifies the personality. Remember when Bill Cosby goes, "But what if you're an asshole?" Remember
Right.
that Bill Cosby stand up.
So smoking weed can actually make you more angry.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
It mellows you
No,
out, right?
yeah, I mean, I've gotten angry when I was younger, when I never even started doing it. And it's the same shit. If you triggered it, it happens.
Hey, whatever happened to the guys at 7-Eleven? I watched that video too. And you walked in. Can you just give a quick rundown on how that happened? Because that was outrageous.
Can I just tell you what led up to that part?
Yes,
Please do.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember now. All right, so I was living in an apartment in Medford, and they put me through hell, and I was so nice. And
Wait, what did they do? In Medford?
I'm not going to get into it. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
long. We don't have enough time.
But
But
they
anyway,
messed you up.
there were three. So there were three cops that we were talking. 2 male and a female cop. So the female cop goes, "Why so? What do you want in life?" And it's. I'm gonna say it. You told me I could say
Yeah, you can
anything. I
say
says,
it.
"What do I want? A lot of fucking money and the hottest fucking women." And she goes like this,
Okay.
right?
But it's good to
So-
have goals.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. Money and
Goal
a nice
oriented
woman.
person. Yeah.
So I moved out of there. And then I found an apartment in Plainview, and it turns out the guy was my high school. I went to high school with him. He lived around the block from my parents. We played football in the street. There was a whole big thing with him and his family. They didn't get along. He didn't pay the mortgage on the house. 2 weeks later, it turns out that some new people bought the house, and I just moved in there. I had bought a $4,000 van, which turned out to be junk underneath it. The steering was all rusted out when it was time to do the inspection 4 months later. So I lost $4,000 on that, right? And then before I left that apartment, everything was going on with when we should leave. Then we set a time, and then they're changing it. Then the guy was going to skip out early, and the lights went out. And then I'm on the road going to a cleaning job, and he goes, "Did you hear something pop last night?" I says, "No." He goes, "Well, your whole basement is flooded." So then he's deciding he wants to skip out, leave me with no lights, no heat, and my basement flooded with a bird down there. So my father had to come because the guy was getting sneaky and he wanted to bail out. We both went on the door the night before.
I
And
mean,
says,
a
"Look,
bird is probably the last animal that's got to worry about a flood.
That is
no,
true.
that's like my kid. I love him. He's like
I know,
a
but I'm
kind
saying birds can go high.
Oh,
You
yes,
don't have to worry
yes,
about a
yes,
flood.
right.
That's all. Yeah.
And he basically the night before we moved out, we audio taped it, and he's like, we were arguing with him on the steps.
Right.
And he the next day he gave me $250 to to help out for a while.
Righteous.
And then I moved to a beautiful place, a beautiful apartment out in Miller Place. Not going to mention names or addresses, and
No,
did
don't do
everything
that.
for this person, and just another another backstab thing, and ever shelled money out to help pick stuff up for this person, and
You were generous in giving, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
fucked you again.
yeah, I shoveled the driveway when it snowed, and it was I lived on 3 acres.
Do you think
and-
people
and-
mistake your kindness for weakness?
I think.
You think that's what's happening
yeah.
here?
And then the funny thing is when you catch them on it and you get mad, they're like reverse psychology. But that's just their way of, oh shit, I'm wrong, I'm embarrassed, and so they want to push the blame to you.
So do you
no,
think
fuck
that's what
you.
happens?
It's your response.
Sorry, Chris. When you call them out on it on their deception,
They're embarrassed.
They get mad.
Yeah. And then they play reverse psychology. Fuck you. No.
You're not going to put up with that shit.
No, I'm done with that shit. I'm too old. I've learned. I've studied. I know. You can't fool me anymore. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Were you
Right.
married?
You
You
know?
were married at one point.
I was. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
for a
That
long
was
time?
my fault. Yeah.
Oh, it was your fault. Oh, see, I
Really?
like that.
Most of it was my fault. I was having trouble holding jobs, and my anger was worse. And
Worse than now?
well, yeah, because I'm not
Wow.
going to get into why. There were other reasons why, but she was a wonderful woman, and I screwed that up. But I bumped into her 6 years after I was giving out my flyers for my cleaning company, and she seemed happy to see me. She's re-engaged, and I says, I'm so grateful to God. I want to tell you this opportunity. I says, I says, it was mostly me. Don't take the blame. And she says, don't worry about it. And I says, no, I it's important for me to tell you. And when I left that day, I started crying because I was so thankful I had the opportunity to get that closure on it.
So you
but,
You're
felt
an
guilty
emotional
about it.
guy.
You felt
oh
guilty
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm a Cancer. What do you expect?
Yeah, me too. This is July. It's your birthday
I'm
month.
so
Yeah. So you kind of made amends to her and said,
I
like,
did.
hey,
I
look.
did. And she obviously must have made it years before me because unless she was totally acting, when she left before we got legally divorced on paper, we had $15,000 cash in the box, and I offered it to her. She didn't take a nickel, and possibly because my dad gave her a Lexus to help get around. So that's
I
probably
would take the Lexus before the
yeah,
cash too.
But
yeah.
honest to God, she didn't take a nickel. So
Have you had trouble
good.
replacing her?
oh yeah, she was not from this country. That's why.
Was she
So-
kind of the one who
Oh.
got away?
Say again.
Was she like the one who got away?
I don't want to embarrass the person, but there were parts of me that were not becoming attracted to her because she didn't have. My taste went from girls with big chests to not, and then it started to go back, and It was horrible. I felt bad.
She wasn't very busty.
Yeah, and she got mad at that, and I don't blame her, but I had to be honest with her.
What did you
So
say
at
to
one
her?
felt
point,
so bad.
So when you got married, you were attracted to girls with smaller chests.
Yeah, it changed. What happened was,
and then you evolved into a man who liked to bust to your girl.
I started watching James Bond movies, and most of this stuff was shot in the Asian culture. And I had a big
I see.
Great Wall of China, beautiful at night, Great Wall frame with lights on it. I'm like, I want to see this culture.
Yeah.
But I wanted to meet someone first, so I didn't want to go alone because I was scared shit. And I was talking to like 30 women over there in the Philippines, and then eventually got narrowed down to 2.
Would you meet him online or?
On, what was the name of that? Tickle.com. That's what it was years ago.
Tickle.com?
Yeah, it was years ago. And then, so I flew over there, and she was a great girl. I was there for 3 weeks. The country was beautiful, but she lived almost on the equator. It was, when I tell you, it was fucking hot.
Right.
Sure.
Hot.
Sure.
But every dollar you spend is like $10 worth there.
But so you meet this wonderful person on Tickle, and you go and you spend some time with her in China.
No, Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay, apologies. And then what?
That's fine.
Do you bring her back?
A year later, she came over.
Wow.
And then the government only gives you 3 months to get married.
90 Day
right,
Fiance.
90 Day
Yeah,
I
it's
Fiancé.
watched that
ridiculous.
show. How did you tell? You said that you felt bad because you liked bigger breasts. You started to like bigger breasts, and she
And then
didn't
with
have
the
them.
small, right.
How did you tell her? Like, how did you say, like, look, these are not working for me?
No, I didn't say it.
Or-
mean
or
the
how did you,
breasts
how did you
themselves,
say
yeah.
it? Yeah.
You know what, to be honest, I don't even remember.
But you said you felt bad.
You know what, even if I did remember, I'm not going to say, but I honestly don't remember. But I just do remember saying in a way that,
I'm looking
I
for a
feel
chest
bad.
to your girl.
we should go, you know what, I kind of said, like, fix yourself. Will you pay for it? I was like, and I
You wanted her
couldn't.
to get implants.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that, and she said you paid for it. And
I
you
mean, she
couldn't.
kind of took it pretty good, but I know that must have pissed her off because she came all the way over, and I don't blame her. I fucked up. I told her I fucked
Right.
up.
You bring her to America,
Yeah.
and she thinks she's good the way she is, and then you drop
and she
the bomb.
was a beautiful girl.
Unless you get implants.
Beautiful girl.
But your taste
But-
changed.
It's just like this. Look.
Yeah.
I have all the good qualities, this, that, and I would try to sell myself, but the women wouldn't take because of one thing and the height. So she had all the good qualities, and to me, you know what? And I don't mean it towards my ex-wife at all, but now, after what these women have done to me, I have a preference. But sadly with her, right, it was like
How do you?
that one thing just destroyed it for me in the beginning. And
Do you
then it
feel
just-
like you did? Sorry, Seb. Do you
No,
feel
go
like you
ahead.
did the same thing to her that people do to you? Like there's a physical thing.
But
that,
it wasn't meant maliciously.
No,
though.
no, I know.
Right,
But like
right.
you looked at something, you're like, wow, I shouldn't have kind of judged her on her tiny.
It began,
breasts,
and she
titties.
picked up on it. It began to be like, oh, I think you just love me like a sister. Like I kiss her on her forehead instead of a
and
lips.
was it because of the breasts?
It was, and then what happened when she would work and go to school to nursing at night, and then she'd work and do homework on the weekend, and so the amount of times we had sex would go down, and
So
then
your
we didn't.
choice or hers?
What's
Your
that?
choice or hers?
Kind of no, more hers, and I didn't blame her because she was exhausted,
Right.
and I didn't want to, like bug her because I didn't blame her, but I was like, what am I gonna do?
But at the same time, you weren't as sexually attracted to her anymore because of.
No, I was the only thing was
chest.
that. But yeah, but then it was like we didn't have similar interests, and that's why chemistry is so important. That's why I'm trying to tell the world this is the message to get over the height and the superficial shit because it helps. But
in the
end-
breasts.
well, it helps to be attracted to a person in the beginning, but in the long haul, if you want to be with somebody,
Right.
you gotta have chemistry. Or you're not gonna be with each other. So what's the fucking point?
So was
All right, he's a lunatic. He's a lunatic. I mean, I know flipping out in a bagel shop is pretty lunaticish, but still, right? People can have a bad day, whatever, but the flip-flopping he's done. He didn't want his ex-wife because she had little boobs, and as Sam said, he evolved into a guy that liked bigger boobs. So he got rid of her, but then he also said that she was the one who didn't want to have sex with him, and the thing is that you have to have things in common. But she was a perfect girl except for the boob thing. But if you haven't got... He's a lunatic. He's mental. And I think it's clear, like... Well, I mean, it's obvious he's got no self-awareness. No self-awareness whatsoever. Which is probably another reason why he's struggling to get girls. He's never had that ability to kind of look at himself in that kind of way. But also, he everything he does is right, and everything everybody else does against him is wrong. he's mental. Mental. I have to say, Sam's good with kind of someone to pick on, basically. Sam's little comments have actually made this the funniest, I think. You evolved into a guy who likes bigger breasts. But yeah, anyway. Well, we'll carry on soon. I need to take the dog for a walk, even though she's Sparko, but it is walk time. Sweet. Yeah, well, let's carry on. Do a little bit of this before I have to go and walk Nala. But yeah, she's still asleep, so yeah, let's go.
The long haul, if you want to be with somebody,
Right.
you got to have chemistry. You're not going to be with each other. So what's the fucking point?
So is the
You know,
divorce
so-
your idea? Are you
No,
saying like,
no.
well,
I try to save it with counseling, and no.
She
But
was
you can't-
she got hurt. You hurt her to a certain point.
Listen,
well, look, you can't
I did
counsel
tr-
tits on, you know?
Absolutely.
That's what they say.
You like what you like.
Yeah.
right, and it was really nothing meant maliciously, and like and what can I do? But it's
Yeah.
okay.
Do you
know.
regret the way it went down though? Like like
I
not
do,
that it
I
ended,
do.
but you regret
I
kind
do.
of the way.
Yeah, I do. I mean, we had great times too, but
Right.
it shit happens.
And it's
you
been
know?
hard
I
to
mean,
find that second person who makes you feel that way, kind of.
Especially when women are telling him to kill himself because
Yeah,
he's so
of course.
small.
Right. I mean, I don't remember who it was I was talking to in the last day or two, but they're like just most of the women here are trashy and garbage. Now I'm not trying to disrespect. This is somebody else telling me this.
Yeah, just relaying it.
And obviously there's tons and tons and tons of gorgeous women here, but to find your perfect match who's not a bitch or who's it's really I had a woman tell it's very hard to find your exact you.
Do you think
It's
American
very
women
hard.
are bitchier than
Oh,
women in
yeah.
other countries?
And I've heard, when you get out of I had someone tell me like if you go to Pennsylvania you just have a job in a car,
Mhm.
you're having sex.
right.
But here it's like you need a Ferrari and a mansion.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
right.
So you
And they're still miserable.
do you like girls who are taller, like or
I
do you-
prefer around my height, but I'm not
do?
gonna. I mean, if they're way too tall, like I'll take like up to here. If I'm up to here, and like no more than that. So
You'll go-
anywhere
you'll-
from here up,
You'll
And
go
then
up
like
to as long as you're up
within
to their
5,
shoulder.
6 inches, yeah, like no more than that. And then I start to feel really insecure. But you know what's weird sometimes, depending on the girl, especially if I get along with her. If she's a little taller, I feel more comfortable with her than a girl my height. I don't know why. It's weird.
have you been back
It's
to that
just
bagel
weird.
place? Have you
No,
been back?
they invited me back twice.
Of
but I
course
didn't
they
go
did.
Back.
It's good for business.
Yeah. But I was like, I want to let this stuff shit.
Do you
this
think
shit
you'll go
settle down.
back? Will you go back there?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna talk to my manager about that because if it's obviously something good, then maybe we'll do it.
Your
But-
entertainment manager. Or your manager at work, or you have an entertainment manager?
Well, you know him. Can I mention his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
before I met him, obviously, I'm like, I'm not fucking going back there.
But
I'm like, is this a setup to have me arrested for trespassing? Fuck that shit.
Right.
And people told me don't go there, but if he wants to call them, and I know I have a crew there, then I'm safe. Yeah, I'll do it. Why
so
not?
what I thought was really interesting about you and what I like about you is that a lot of people they get this viral fame.
Wait.
Go ahead. This guy, huh?
He got both of us though.
Yeah, he did.
You fool.
He did. Yeah,
He is a fool. He's very
I'm
gullible.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I came across like a bit of an idiot there. didn't
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, he got you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, were you born yesterday, boy?
Yeah. It's like I was born at night, but not last night. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, he loves it.
He's laughing.
At
He
my
gets it.
expense. It's all, he loves it. It's
Type
all
of
my
laughs we have around here.
all at my expense. This is terrible.
Jim Norton dropping in the David Brent quotes then. He's laughing. He gets it. When I was watching The Office the other day when he's doing the speech when the new lot come over. And the first one goes up and he's quite funny and charming and making them all laugh and that. And he says David's happy because he's got a new selection of men below him or something like that. And they all laugh at that, and David Brent gets home and goes, "You know that thing you just said about me having, like, implying I'm gay? I'm not gay. I can honestly say I'd never come over a little queer." And no one laughs. And then he goes, "It's put me off." It's so cringy. It's the cringiest 4 minutes you'll ever watch that could be written. It's so cringy.
Look at
Could you guess what I have for breakfast today?
Oh my God.
He's laughing.
He wants to get some pussy.
Oh guys, everybody, I'm yeah.
Chucky, he don't give a fuck.
Oh my God,
He dressed pretty
Fish
good.
out there.
yeah, just
You're
having a laugh
laughing
at my
at us,
expense.
motherfucker.
This is
This is the
humiliating for
people
me.
I hang out with every day.
I love it. I
It's
love
crazy, right? The guy dancing in the deli, out
I'm
of control.
I am trying to teach people, like, there's, like, even we were bar hopping recently. There's so many gorgeous women and they look miserable. Look at me. This is when I wasn't. This is before all this happened now, right?
Okay.
And my cleaning company wasn't. Not doing too well. It's okay, but
Is it
but
still
I had-
operational?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's licensed and everything, but so anytime that I was not working, I would be at the marina with all my wacko friends fishing and getting tipsy. I live like this every day.
I love that.
And you never know
It's
because
just a party.
the reason I forgot to tell you this, the reason that I've changed to this mindset is I had a friend down there who collapsed right in front of me, dehydration. And I thought he was having a heart attack. And it was at that, and I almost died twice this year because I was fucking with my health. And then when I saw that, he went on his knees and boom, and his hat fell. And I know the guy.
His hat fell.
Yeah, we had to call the paramedics. And so the one, I'm
We
like,
get his hat back on. We gotta get some
Yeah.
paramedics out here.
so I guessed that his sugar was high. I told paramedics to check his sugar. It was 211. So then we had gotten him up and he was shaking. He could hear us,
Right.
but he couldn't talk back to us.
Wow.
It was very scary. But anyway, the gist of this is this. The moral is when I saw that happen, I'm like, you can go anytime. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to, whatever I want, I'm taking it right now. So if you like a person, no, it's too early to text it. Stop these mind games. If you'll just go because you could be dead tomorrow.
That brings me back to my.
Stop wasting time.
Right. That's what I was going to ask you about. That most people, they get this viral fame and they try to get away from it. They go, oh my God, I'm so humiliated.
They panic.
They panic. They go, I don't want people. I look so terrible in this video. They're showing me in a negative light. You leaned all the way in. You started doing interviews. You started reaching out to people. You're here in the studio. You're saying, and not only are you defending your behavior, you're saying,
Fuck yeah.
anybody that
And
thinks,
no one's going to fucking change it, ever.
right, anybody that thinks I'm the problem, why don't you take a look at the other people in this video?
Read the
why
book.
Why don't you take a look at why
Right.
I'm the way that I am?
That's it. You know how many
Yeah.
women I dated where they claim that I'm not. They said that their man beat them up, and I'm like, why?
Right.
Why? You
Okay,
only
so-
get their side of the story.
So
You
a
don't
lot
wanna
of-
look
a
You're
lot
good.
saying
of-
it wasn't for no reason, probably.
Of course. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I mean,
Right.
if you didn't know a guy and he's a whack on a drunk, maybe
Sure.
he's in a bed. But one of my ex-landlords said her husband put her fucking head through the sheetrock. What the
Jesus.
fuck did you do? Why
Right,
did you
that's
tell
a-
me that?
Right.
So-
what did you saying? What did she do to make
We
him
got
do that?
well,
Right.
we got along really well. I liked her a lot, but,
But
I mean,
a
I'm
lot of-
thinking like, hello,
You're
nobody
s-
does that.
You're saying
for
that
no
a lot
reason.
of women that are victims of spousal abuse, it's like, well, it's a two-way street, honey.
Of course it is.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I wanted
see.
to ask you too because I watched your News 12 interview. I went on a real Chris loop, and
Yeah.
It's a good interview.
Yeah, it was very good. It was actually in depth, and they didn't just ask you a soundbite question. And you said that for people who I guess are shorter victimized, you're like their Martin Luther King Jr. Right? You said
Yeah,
you were,
with the whole black thing, it's the same shit. I have a lot of black friends, so I relate.
You
I
said
like
you're the
Public
new.
Enemy. That's why I relate to these fucking people.
I see. Do you use
Yeah,
the N-word?
fight the power that be.
Right.
Public Enemy. That's
What,
great.
is that your
man.
favorite song by them? That's probably mine.
Oh, yeah, man. And it's like, fuck, we ain't taking this shit no more.
When you're
fuck
singing,
you.
I was going to ask when you're singing along to
Well,
Public.
fuck you.
That's
yeah.
right.
You know?
When you're singing along to Public
Who the
Enemy.
fuck you to talk to me like that?
Right. they are-
Exactly. I mean, they come at
talk
you
Who
about
the
like,
fuck are you?
and
you
they
didn't
come at you.
create me.
Right.
Fuck you, mother. You're not God or my boss or my father.
Right.
Fuck you.
And they come at you like you're the crazy one.
Yeah, like they're God or you're flawless. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And not only that do they think they're flawless, but
do.
like this don't even involve you, this conversation. Who the fuck do you think you are to get involved in someone's business?
So your dad.
Shut up.
Right.
You have a good
You know-
relationship with your dad because you mentioned your dad. So obviously he's a guy that is your dad still living?
Yeah, they're both alive.
Oh, okay. So you have a good relationship with him.
Well, I mean, we kind of had a bad fight a few weeks ago, but I mean, they've been
hard to
very, very
believe.
good to me.
Was that on you or him? The fight.
I don't want to get into details, but they've been. This is what. Oh, and I literally said someday that that this is going to happen to Fame because I want to take care of them with a surprise gift, and
What
I'm
do you
like,
want to give him?
I can't say that.
Well, they're not listening. I mean,
It's not a surprise if he says it.
Yeah, it's
well,
a surprise. It's a
But
surprise.
they're not listening.
But
What-
you
what do
don't know that. Someone
Yeah.
can hear it and tell them.
Just whisper.
Yeah. A what?
Yeah.
Nice.
But,
To
and they
wear.
deserve it.
To wear.
They monetarily, with all the help they've got, and you know, they deserve it.
I like that you're paying it forward. I think that it's important, you know?
I mean, once it comes in where I can pay for it, I'm doing it.
Hey, when you're
So-
singing along with Public Enemy, will you use the N-word with the A, though?
No.
Never.
You drop it. Like when it's.
Let's not touch that stuff. I can't do that. I don't want to offend anybody of color or anything like that.
But
So,
if you're singing along with the song...
if it's understood that it's just for comical reasons, of course.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that only. I don't want to get the shit kicked out of me. You
Right.
Know?
No. That's important.
People.
Walking down through Harlem on myself. Hey, did you see my video?
Yeah. You're right.
You ain't gonna see me no more.
That makes sense.
You know?
How
Yeah,
have people
yeah.
responded to you? Pretty much. People have been.
You mean-
in general, like since the
After
video.
the video, yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is the latest update on your question. I was hanging out last night in the backseat of my friend's car and talking about business, and he was holding up
His office.
Wait, yeah.
No.
It's a weird place for
we
a
were just in
meeting.
his car, bullshit, listening
I
to
see.
radio and shit. So he's holding his phone up, and I see, and my eyes aren't too good. I got diabetes, you know, it's a little blurry. So I see all these little bubbles, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? He goes, these are all your fans. These are all hearts from when I'm, and I was like,
You dropped your Snapple
it was
right
like
there.
it was like a torrential rain of fucking rain of hearts pouring down,
Right.
pouring down on his cell phone. I'm
Now,
like,
how many of those women do you think you
what?
could trust?
Yeah, a lot of people said, you know, they could just be there because, and I get it, you know, but there might be some good ones out there. But
That's
just
true.
the fact that they were exploding like that was
Ever
like,
the optimist. Ever the
yeah,
optimist.
I couldn't believe it.
Are you going to use this opportunity? You think maybe meet a nice girl, like because now
Oh.
it's easier when they know who you are. They'll give
Of
you the benefit
course.
of the doubt.
Yeah, of course.
Where do you want to
know.
go on a date? If you could take a girl
I'm
out,
not
where
picky.
would you?
I'm not picky.
You're not picky, right?
Well, listen.
I can
listen,
name one deli you
if
won't
I-
go to.
That's right.
Which,
A bagel shop. The
Bagel
deli,
shop.
the
Bagel-
deli is
bagel.
where Romeo was dancing. That was fun.
I get
oh,
confused,
he's a
yeah.
nut.
Does he
I
Romeo
love
dance in
that
a
guy.
bagel shop? I mean,
What's
in the
that?
deli? Romeo dances in the deli sometimes?
He was going to take that girl away from him.
Oh, yeah?
You
really?
remember she smacked him like, hey, like that? And
Should we
he
play the
didn't,
video of Romeo dancing?
They didn't stay long, if you noticed. Like, they left after that because he was cool with him, but he's going to steal my woman.
No,
Yeah.
that's you're thinking of it. Oh yeah, Romeo the
Romeo
Romancer.
the-
Romeo the
Crazy in
Romancer.
deli. Oh,
Romeo the Romancer.
I was thinking about Romeo
No,
going
no,
crazy in the
yeah.
deli. What do you think of this, Romeo?
He's awesome, man.
You love him.
Yeah.
He's hysterical, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
This is Romeo in the back. You can't see him that well.
No,
What's-
that man.
You can't play it.
Yeah, this is November last year.
Romeo's hitting on a girl.
Puerto Rican.
It's a busy bar.
You can't hear. Is he trying to take that girl away?
Indirectly, yes, I know him.
I see.
You know, he's trying to take the girl away from the guy.
Yeah.
He knows. Listen, he knows the boyfriend's there, but if he can have it, come on.
Who is the? This is
It's like a duck in heat. Look at him.
Yeah,
a
that's right.
duck and heat is obviously the.
Yeah, but
definitely,
we
nothing
were hanging.
wants to fuck more than a duck
we
and
were
heat.
hanging out. We were hanging out at the marina, right?
Right.
So this woman's walking the dog with the tongue out. I said, "Look, that's me when I'm horny." The whole fucking dog was rolling. Fuck yeah! Did I tell you?
It's like right? Yeah.
It just came to me, like, and it was so perfect.
You know. Yeah.
Are we watching more of this? Or what?
Wait, you were in a bar. Who's the fat fuck that was talking about you when you walked out? Like you were the girl. Was she a friend of yours, or did you not know her and she told you the guy was talking about you? This one you had a fat fuck at the bar.
Who, the owner?
No. Which one is it? Do we have fat
There it
fuck
is,
at the bar?
It looks like number 13.
That's the video, the Fat Fuck at Grizzlies bar.
Yeah.
That's the video. Yeah, ragging on my high.
Oh, it's the same
Oh,
place.
that one. Yeah. Okay. See the guy with the jet shirt? He's
Yes.
the owner. He. Let me just tell you real quick.
Yeah.
There were times I wasn't at this bar, and Romeo was, and he was listening to him degrade the fucking workers there. He was a nasty bastard.
So
I
wait, were
see.
you a
Yeah,
regular
he
in
was,
this
a,
place?
he was a fucking bully.
I see.
So he had called after the. Oh, by the way, after this happened, he called me much later that night, and he's trying to, weasel me over to calm me down. I says, "Let me ask you a question, bro. If you're sincere in your apology," I says, "That girl you were with when she was whispering to you, what did she say to you?" He goes, "In all honesty, she's like, lighten up. You're being kind of tough on him." I'm like, "Then why don't you fucking listen to her?" I said, "You're doing it to her," and he goes, "Well, I'm telling you, apologize, and I leave it on you." And I knew what he was. I'm like, I never called him back.
What did he say about you? Because you said he says things about you.
Just the same. I got him good. He made a comment, and now he's overweight. I says, "Geez." I know. I let him have his moment. Everyone's laughing, and the bartender looked kind of like Christy Brinkley, and she was loving this because
Nice.
she was shaking a drink, and he walks by and goes, "Oh, I like how you shake that, yo." You don't fucking do that to your workers. They there to make money. So when this was going on, you're gonna see it pan. you're gonna see it pan quickly, and she's the bartender, and you're gonna see quickly she's giving somebody a drink, and she was loving it because I was ripping the fuck out of this
She
guy.
enjoyed seeing the boss get it.
So he said something, I don't remember what it was, and they're kind of laughing. You know, I'm like, wow, geez. That's funny. I knew Shamu could do a lot of tricks, but I didn't know it could talk too. The fucking ball was rolling.
I'll bet. Yeah, big Shamu in his gym.
Fat.
So
The
fat.
whale.
The whale, blubber.
I had a black friend and an overweight Spanish friend arguing. This was hilarious.
That's not a shock, is it?
The Spanish.
Jim got one in.
The Spanish guy goes, the fat guy goes to the black guy, you look like a zebra without the white stripes, right? So the guy pauses and the black guy goes, and you look like an elephant without a trunk. Dude, I fucking had a heart attack. Oh, you guys are hilarious. And this was about 6 years ago, though.
People insulting each other is awesome.
You got to remember those gems, though.
Dude, those are great, man.
Yeah,
So let me ask you, too, because I know you, are you a lonely guy?
Who isn't when when there's all this gorgeous women on the planet, you can't get one. It's like throwing a diamond jig in a school of blues and you ain't snagging one in 3 hours. What the fuck is going on?
So
here?
if you could sell yourself,
Exactly.
if you could say like, all right, now you have this is a fairly large platform. How would you not sell yourself like a product, but like what would you tell a woman that you have to offer? Like
the same thing I tell everybody else. I basically just stop being so superficial.
Mm-hmm.
I've told women that the first thing I see is your face. That's the most important thing, and then of course she's got to have some kind of a nice sized chest. That's just my preference. But and if you're 60 pounds overweight, I don't care. I'm about 30,
as long
35.
As the chest is there.
Yeah, and a personality and things in common. That you need that. And some of these women that have didn't want to go back out with me all because I'm short, and they weren't even much taller than me. They were heavier than me. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You ain't no.
But doesn't this go
model,
back to, isn't that a bit of a double standard if you're saying, we have to get along, we have to have a lot in common, but you should have a chest. If a woman responds by saying, yeah, we have to get along and you should
it helps.
You should be 5.5 feet tall or more. Like, you can't really get upset by that, can you?
No, from that standpoint, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah. But if I was willing to totally accept you, even if they weren't that big, which has been the case.
In the chest area.
Yeah, and they were heavier than me, and I'm not. They're like, oh, you're not attracted enough to me. I'm like, well, look at you.
You don't need a
You
girl who's
fat
perfect.
fucking baboon. You look like a barrel.
Right. No, that's...
Did you say that to a girl?
Troy
gets it, yeah.
Troy knows.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, you've been there. You've been there.
More times than I'd like to admit.
Oh, yeah.
You stupid motherfuckers, you.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way. Troy's been in the barrel. Yeah.
Troy's gone pigging. He's gone pigging before.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go pigging. Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude,
Come on.
Look at this guy. He's like
gorgeous.
a god.
He
Why
is.
would you pig? Are you serious?
Why would you
Dude,
pig,
you're in
Troy?
shape. Dude, why would you settle
You know
for
what?
that?
Sometimes the low-hanging fruit's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But he is good looking.
I do hear though that like heavier women they're good because they don't
work
get it
for
much,
it.
and when they get it, they want you to they want to hold you.
Hey, we saw...
But dude, seriously, like what?
It's funny that I actually saw a rapper say that he don't like kind of slim, hot girls that have the world hanging off of them. He's a rapper, do you know what I mean? He can get girls. But yeah, he said the same thing. He's like, I don't like them. I'd rather have a big fatty that will do shit. Like, because hot girls, and it is kind of true with hot girls, they kind of think like just being in their presence is enough. So yeah, I've actually seen a rapper say that he much prefers, I suppose, going pigging.
You gotta work.
Look at him.
Work
He's
for
in
it.
shit. What the fuck?
We talk about it every day.
Such a handsome guy.
You're on drugs, kid.
Yeah, this guy. He had his breasts done. He had his breast
he had
augmented.
augmentation.
He did have Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
he
my
had-
man boobs
can't-
were getting a little big.
Breast
So.
augmentation.
No, but I mean,
You
you
would've
look
liked him 6
fantastic.
months
I don't
ago.
even know why you know.
Yeah, and a rhinoplasty. He had a rhinoplasty. Yeah.
I had a deviated septum.
And let
And-
me guess, the most obvious thing, the most
didn't
obvious
like
thing,
it.
a lobotomy.
He
You know,
nailed you. He
oh,
nailed
I'm
you.
just fucking with him.
nailed
Something
him.
about Mary in the movie. I was just fucking with
Love
him.
it. Love it.
Straight down
Love
the
it. We saw a video on another YouTube channel of a man who we believe is you, right? And you're with a woman of Asian descent, and you get in, you're outside the car, and you go, why don't you come back to my house to fool around? And she said, no, thank you. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to get in the car. I'll let you in.
It's a whole story.
And
to
you
it.
get in the car and you drive away from her.
She was a very, very nasty bitch.
Tell me.
Yeah, what happened?
We met online, and then she was like not gonna go out with me because of my height. And she's 5'1", right? So then she finally, this is like,
And what's your height for the record?
5 feet. So now this is 11 o'clock at night before the date the next morning, right? So she's so adamant. She's like, all right, well, she lived in Flushing, and I lived in Medford.
Ah.
So that's a far ride. It's like
Yeah.
an hour. So
Yeah.
she's like, all right, we'll be here at 11. I'll be waiting. It's okay, fine. I left the house around 9:30, text her on the way, texting her, nothing. I get out to the house. And I got early. I got there at 20 to 11. I was early. And I remember it was hot that day. I was dressed up and shit. She didn't get in touch with me till like 20 after 11. I'm like, she just woke up. And then now it's 11:45. Okay, I sorry. Now I do makeup. She texts me. I'm like,
Is that what she's talking about?
yeah, I do makeup.
Right.
Okay. She comes out to the car. How are you? I says, I swear to God, this is what I said to her. I said, are you fucking kidding me? I says, get in the fucking car. We're going to dinner. That's what I said to her.
That seems
So
hard.
What
That seems
time was this
severe.
now? 11 something
She's
p.m.
cold bitch, man.
I
This
see.
is the morning or at night?
Yeah, the next morning, 11 o'clock in the morning on a
Okay,
Saturday.
You had
So
a suit on, if I remember, or you had like a shirt and tie. It looked like
yeah,
in
I
the
was dressed
video.
really well. So then we went to dinner and all that, and then I went home, and then she slowly starts asking me for money, and then she begins to convince me she's from planet Pluto.
Wow.
Yeah,
do you mean?
She was born on planet
She-
Pluto.
She really said
Oh,
that?
she's a fucking winner, this one. So I'm like, and I'm like, I'm laughing it off. Like, I think she's trying to fuck me. And she's like, I'm dead serious. And I have assets there. I'm like, do you realize that's negative 400 degrees there? A dead fish couldn't live there. Oh, well, I'm from there.
Much too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
so-
a dead fish can't live anywhere.
No.
Right. So she's like, she's trying to pull over this thing on me about, well, I need you to look up a rocket ship ride to me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to fuck with this girl so good.
Okay.
So I gave her like a day or two, and I'm like, you're in luck. I have a friend that works at NASA. I'm like, I'm going to get you your ticket, but it's going to take a little while. It's going to cost me $750,000. That's where that number
That's
comes
where that
from.
came
I
So
see.
I picked her up the second time now.
So you-
No, so what happened? No,
Let
what
me ask
happened
you
was
this. Were you trying to get her to maybe give you some sex in exchange
No,
for a rocket ship
no,
ride?
no, not at all. I wanted to just see how much of a fucking gold digger she was. So
I see.
the first date ended. We stopped talking because she was a bitch. I
Oh.
met this other girl from Queens. Then in January, we broke up for a week. I called this bitch back.
I see.
That's when I picked her up in Flushing, took her out to Bay Shore to eat. I want to go home now. It's cold. I says, we just agreed we're going to hang out all day. I took you out here for an hour to eat. I go, no, we're going to go out to Patchogue now to have a beer. And I'm planning this to take her out even farther away from her home, right?
Okay.
We go to the bar. I'm like, I got to think of something. I got to go to the bathroom and come back. Now we're walking out. Now she's convinced
Technically, that is kidnap.
that I'm going to be having her things being mailed to her, and it cost me. So now I have my hands in my coat pockets. All of a sudden, she puts her on. She calls me hon. I'm like, look at this, right?
Right.
So that's when it takes over. I'm like, you fucking greedy bitch, and that's why she got what she got.
So you literally were trying to go out there, and this is why I like you. You wanted to have sex with a girl
Good, right?
who believed she was from Pluto.
Yes. Yes. I had another girlfriend. She forgot the name. You know, you guys should smoke before you hear this. Of our planet.
Is it Earth? Is that the?
She forgot the name of up.
She did.
I don't even remember how it came about. And I was like, "You're kidding, right?" And she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Did your parents pay to have you fucking graduate high school?"
Right.
Maybe
right.
she has.
Public
Maybe
school,
she's
probably.
got dementia.
No, I didn't. No, I don't think so.
She might be having. How old was she?
She was
Maybe
98.
20 or something. Yeah. But this one, I mean, she said a lot of. She was a fucking bitch. Always, she was the type you always bought. She never thank you. Just
Right.
a cold
Oh.
bitch.
Entitled.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know,
yeah. The ones that don't have
yeah.
a piss in, I've noticed, think the world fucking owes them everything,
Right. Right.
and
when-
and they don't even try. No.
Now let me ask you this.
Go to college, get the fuck out there and try.
Yeah, you
Right.
did.
I did it all. I've been knocked down so many fucking times,
But
bro.
you get back up.
Damn straight, I get
Yes,
back
you
up.
do.
When you were a court reporter, how long did you do that?
Couple of years, maybe 3,
Why'd
4
you
years.
stop?
I couldn't live on it because what happened is that now, when you sue somebody, you either take the settlement where you're not going to get as much,
Mm-hmm.
but you're guaranteed.
Right.
But if you go, double or whatever, it's going to go longer. You may win a big thing, but you're not guaranteed it. So since they settle, there's no need for a deposition. So that cut the amount of work down. There was a company in Mineola that closed down. They used to get like 1,000 a month. They were down to like 400.
Yeah.
So you couldn't survive as a freelancer. I took the test to get in the courts, but I never got called. I passed, but I never got called.
Do you feel like there are times in life when you maybe take out your anger on people that don't deserve it?
Yeah, no, I'll admit that I do if I'm in a bad mood. Everybody does.
Would you want to apologize?
Yeah,
to-
for that I do. Yeah,
do.
but for antagonistic smart, I don't go for that shit no more. I fucking hate it.
So you haven't-
I get embarrassed when there's a lot of people around and she's doing. I get embarrassed.
Do you think though do you think they, like Sam said, do you think that they got a bit of the wrath that was built up before? Like, do you think it was a little unfair to the bagel people?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, I do.
You haven't seen the bagel video at all?
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I have.
You watched it. What did you think when you watched it? When you saw it, like, whoa.
There's a guy who's justified in his anger. Is that what you thought?
Yeah, it says, do you justify my Napoleon complex now? Like that. No one said a fucking word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't
know.
from the video,
But
you know, talking to you maybe a little bit more clear, but from the video, I don't know if it was wholly justified.
Right. We
no,
didn't
I
see the
understand.
beginning.
I understand that. You know, I apologize for anybody I may have scared or nothing. That they didn't deserve that, but it's just you got to understand me too. But then I couldn't fucking breathe.
So did you have you gone back to apologize to them?
No, I haven't gone there yet.
Do you think you will?
It's up to the boss over here. I'm not going in there myself. Like I said, they could trap me.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I'm not. Trust me. And if that happens, this whole thing's shot with my boss. I'm not gonna risk going to jail for trespassing. Who the fuck knows what they're gonna plan?
Well, they'll probably ask.
Oh, mate. That mate in the back that's his manager is obviously a leech. Obviously a bottom feeder, but do you know what? It must be tiring having to deal with this matey all day long. He's funny, but yeah, it must be tiring. I mean, he talks about entitled, but he is entitled. He's more entitled than any woman I've ever met in my life. And that's saying something. But yeah, anyway, we'll carry on. Got to take Nala out. Sweet. Yeah, let's finish this off. I can't wait. The next one will be the Chip one too. I can't wait to see this little guy in Chip. That is going to be so good, especially with the jokey. I can't even remember what joke he just did. But yeah, anyway, let's go.
I'm not going to risk going to jail for trespassing. Who the fuck knows what they're going to plan?
Well, they'll probably ask you. I don't think they would arrest you.
I'm not trusting it. I'm leaving up to the boss. I'm not fucking trusting these people.
You consider yourself a prophet, yes?
Yes, I do.
How so?
Everything we talked about.
Okay.
And I'm going to change people's fucking minds until I'm dead. If
You are.
it kills me. Yeah. I said, if I take a bullet like JFK did and Lennon and Martin, so will I, so be it. Because I'm not going to change my mind. I'll speak the truth. I don't give a fuck who likes it.
Do you think somebody would want to, like, those guys got cut down because their messages
Yeah,
were
the
certain
lights were cut
things?
short because they wanted fucking peace. Give me a break.
Is that what you want, peace?
Yeah, everybody
Oh.
make money and tons of love. Stop fighting. Stop fighting in the bar. This shit's crazy. Stop trying to so hard to be a hot.
screaming
Yeah,
at
you're hot.
people
You're
in
hot.
bagel
Now,
shops.
if you're hot and you can get anybody you want, why are you miserable for?
Are you afraid?
Does it make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me.
Not me.
Are you
right?
afraid, Chris?
I don't get it. Like,
No, I
Are
don't
you afraid
understand.
somebody would want to cut you down for your message?
not at all. I
Okay.
would think that anybody that did that, with all due respect, you're a fool.
Right.
A fool. That means
Right.
you're the devil. You're a fool.
Have you talked to your friend in the 7-Eleven who asked what your height was when you called, and then you called the police?
I've been
on
back
him?
there, but we just kind of slowly, yeah, but we haven't like,
You
know,
don't
it's just
address
business
it.
and right.
So what does he do when you walk in now? Just go, hey, how much do you weigh?
Exactly. But no, but it's slowly,
The relationship's being repaired.
right, because it didn't erupt to the extent that the bagel thing did. But
Right,
like, a
right,
couple of
right.
people told me, even some family members, maybe you shouldn't go in there. I says, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not gonna fucking lose my freedom for that shit.
Is it frustrating
So-
when somebody asks you how tall you are and then you call the police and the police tell you, I can't do anything about
Yeah,
that?
like for example, the other night we were at a bar. There was a ton of fights.
Yeah.
And there was 6 cop cars. They didn't do a fucking thing.
Right.
2 guys were laying in the street. Just one guy had him in a headlock, and the other guy was hitting him, and they didn't do nothing.
Right.
Why are we paying all this money? And like, I don't get it, man.
What would you have liked? I remember that time the cops came in the 7-Eleven video, and you were kind of annoyed they weren't doing anything. What did you want them to do when they came there? What did you want the police to do?
Give him a citation or something for harassment.
You
Harass-
felt
No
he harassed
handcuff
you
him. He didn't put his hands on me. Give him a fucking citation.
Right.
for harassing you. With
Yeah,
that
because
rude
I'm tired of getting
question.
tickets for this, speeding, that, marijuana. Give him a fucking. Come on.
Have you gotten tickets for speeding and marijuana?
Yeah, I have.
see.
Well, no, only one speeding ticket, but yeah.
But you didn't have marijuana at the time. Like you were.
For
It wasn't,
speeding?
it wasn't like you were high. and
No.
driving.
I was trying. I was in a rush to get somewhere. So, yeah. But
Well, if women want to meet you, how can they meet you? Because I mean, obviously now that you have this newfound fame, there's a lot of people that want.
I'm always at
talk
the
to you.
Bay Shore Marina. I'm not hard to find.
You do? That's where you hang out, the Bayshore Marina?
Always, yeah.
Were you telling, I watched the interview you did with News 12, and you were saying that you've made the conscious choice to live in your van.
Yes, I walked out from the landlord, and it was something new I wanted to try. It's not going to be forever.
Mhm.
It's
How
till
long
the
has it
end.
been?
A little over 2 months, and everyone's like has this idea in their head like it's so horrible. It's not. I've having the time. I've never been happier as far as how my life's going
So
since
when
I
we
did
saw
that.
you in that bagel store,
Yeah.
that was you at your happiest point in life.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't mean me flipping out. You mean at that point?
That
In
point,
general.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Oh.
every day it's like I'll be back. I'm going to do that. I mean, I know everybody in town. We're like a clique and a family, and yeah. I mean,
Where do you
I'm
park
having
the
time of
van?
I'm not gonna say.
Just in case.
Well, there were certain. I can't reveal that.
Right.
We,
But
we
does
could
it-
talk about that off camera.
Doesn't
Right.
it get hot at night without air conditioning?
No, because it's a 2008 Talon Country Chrysler, so it's got tinted windows, so it diffuses the light.
Have you
They
got
heat
laid
a lot.
that van?
Yeah.
You have.
You've had sex in the van?
Yeah, it's the
My
best.
guy.
Right? Van
Yeah,
sex
that's
is
my
the
guy.
best.
I have a picture of who she is on my phone.
You do?
Oh, really?
And she's pretty hot.
Are you seeing her regularly?
I've shown her. I have a bunch of them who I've had sex with. They're pretty good looking. So yeah.
Do you send? I mean, because you're living in the digital age. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're meeting women online. Do you send pictures of your genitals? A lot of people
No.
do. Jim,
no.
you do. Yes,
A lot.
lots of
Do
them.
you?
right?
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
Whoever wants it gets
And no
it.
one's ever threatened like sexual harassment, take you to court or nothing.
No,
like
I mean, I
that?
don't lead off with that.
No, like do they not?
A lot
Do
of
they
people
threaten
do.
you? Oh my God, I'm doing this now.
because
You
it's
know?
a dirty discussion. Like I don't just not if I'm just talking to somebody and go, "What time do you need me
But
there?"
still, don't ever trust anybody because that could be a trap.
Well, but it's in text. If they
It doesn't matter.
No,
They
he's
could
right, Jim.
Tru-
Could be a
listen,
trap.
Look, I went to
One
listen,
time, I got in trouble. One time, someone asked me, a girl I was dating asked me, "What time do you want to meet?" And I wrapped a watch around my penis, and I said, "Dick o'clock." That's right.
Yo.
Yeah, and she started claiming
No.
sexual harassment. Can you believe?
Dick o'clock, Sam. Cock o'clock would have obviously been the better one to go for, Sam. Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about.
That I mean,
Yeah.
these chicks, huh? You know, you can't trust them, Jim. Is what I'm
No,
trying to
you
tell
can't.
you.
And I've heard this from tons of people,
Right.
men.
So you've never
So
sent a dick photo or anything like that. You don't. Do
No.
that.
What about like ass shots or
No,
anything? Nothing.
No,
Nothing
I
like
never
that.
share that public.
Do you get them from them? Yeah. You ask girls to send you breast pictures.
No, all the shit's pouring in. I didn't even ask for any of this shit.
But you get it.
They're telling me all these naked photos now. I'm like, I
Nice.
didn't ask for this shit.
Nice.
They're just throwing out like frisbees. Remember Ebony Murphy? Excuse me, that's mine. Pussy's mine.
Right.
Remember we did the stand up fall in my pocket. Excuse me, the pussy's mine.
Yeah,
right.
That shit.
Right. Yeah. Jim, you remember that? You remember this?
I can't wait
Hey,
for
Eddie
it.
Murphy's
Yeah, that's
fucking
mine.
great.
So you want to just find a nice girl. You're not looking to fuck a bunch of different girls. You want to find a nice girl.
Until I find the right one, I want to fuck as many as I can.
I stand corrected.
Okay. Throw him off to get the fuck out of here. I mean, come
Hell
on,
yeah.
right?
I mean, what am I going to do? Be syllabus until that? I
Yeah.
may never find the right
You don't
one.
need to be syllabus.
No,
like, until
absolutely.
you meet
But
the
here's the
right
kicker:
girl. Yeah.
anybody, all they want to do is cheat. Well, hello, what do you do to us? It's a two-way. It goes both ways, ladies.
Right.
There are a lot of shitty men. I give you that.
Here's the thing
But,
about
you know.
here's the thing about your bad behavior. You can justify it.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
appreciate that.
It's not. It's not unreasonable.
Yeah, I'm not just some homeless lunatic that's got severe mental problems.
No.
We all have problems.
You have a
but-
van.
Yeah.
Right.
I go to the gym. I shower. I clean my clothes. I'm not
Yeah,
a
where-
dirty bum.
Where do you shower?
I belong to a gym.
In the gym.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And,
And,
wh-
it's
Yeah.
open all day, so you can go in whenever you want.
Exactly.
and you go to laundromat to wash your clothes.
Of course. I vacuum the van out. I spray clean it. Yeah, of course.
You do. You Febreze in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah. Where do you defecate? Shit.
If I find a bathroom or wherever, the gyms have it.
Right.
If I'm fishing out, they have bathrooms down at the marina.
You ever go in
bucket.
a, you ever
Yeah,
go in
you
a
know-
bucket?
No, ew. God, no.
No.
man.
Ever go in a
No.
bush or something?
If you had to go real bad in the past, yeah, I
Why
have.
not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
Why
if it's late at night, if you're night fishing,
Right.
like if you're like at Smith Point Bridge, and there's a trail that goes down,
Mhm.
and you go under the bridge and you fish here, but you can literally go sit in the overpass. And I know it's gross, but if you got to do what you got to
That's
do.
right,
There's no
that's-
bathrooms around there.
That's
Yeah.
the shitting area. They
You
call
have
it.
to.
Yeah.
You got no choice.
Yeah.
I hate
You know?
shitting outdoors.
It is. It's gross, but what the fuck can you
What
do?
are you gonna do? You got to get it out.
You
of
have
you.
to do it,
You
man.
You
have
bring
to.
paper with you? Like you
yeah,
bring?
yeah. You have to.
You have to bring toilet paper.
What do you do with
Sure.
all the fish? Because you
I
seem
f-
like you fish a lot.
I either sell them or I flame and give them to friends.
I love the Michael Parkinson interview approach Jim and Sam are taking. Michael Park that won't translate, I don't think. But well, you know, I don't understand Letterman or I don't even know any of the others, to be fair. Not Conan, because Conan's quite jokey anyway. But like a more serious interview, like they're asking him these things like literally like they're talking to some professor about the environment. Or I don't know, do you know what I mean? Something actually important, and they're talking about shitting in a bush and whatever else. But yeah, let's keep going.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
really
hate not
nice.
being able to store food in the van, or do you have a cooler?
I have a cooler, yeah.
yeah.
When and one guy I traded for marijuana. He gives me bags of marijuana. I give him fish.
You trade
Fish?
fish for weed. That's actually
Now that's a barter system, huh?
yeah. Hey, what are you fishing
Right?
for?
So you have
fishing
to
for
pay
weed?
for it. Yeah, exactly.
That's very old school. You
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
you'll catch your own food
Hey,
and trade it for stuff
barter
you want.
system.
The
In
barter.
the ancient days, when all the different cultures would pass through the Great Wall of China, they exchanged goods.
Right, and you've seen
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
big into the Great Wall
Since
of
the
China.
ancient times, the Roman Empire, they've been doing that shit.
So you went? Did you?
So-
Oh, you went to the Great Wall of China. Did you actually go to the wall itself?
I want to, but I hate to fly. But I would love to. That, Italy, and Vegas.
Oh, you went to Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I would love to go to Italy,
I thought you
China.
said you went to China, okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to
I would
fly
love to
there.
retire in San Diego. Never been there. My dad has, and he says it's got one of the most beautiful sunsets there. But
How close are you to retirement? Do you think?
nowhere's near it.
You want to retire to San Diego?
Either that or maybe Cape Cod.
Well, if you live in a van already,
Down by the river.
yeah, why don't you just drive the van to Cape Cod now?
You could.
Like
I
it's
could,
not
but,
like it
well,
would.
things are
disrupt-
happening here now, so I'm not
That's
leaving.
true.
When it's time where I know I can, I will.
That's true. You got to be
If
around
I could,
show
God
business
bless
at
them.
the moment.
What's that?
You got to be around show business at the
Of
moment.
course, yeah,
so
yeah.
you have a manager. You're trying
Correct.
to capitalize on the show business aspect of this. What are your goals in the entertainment industry?
I'll grab any kind of work, like commercials, ad-libbing, boxing matches. I would love to have my own talk show, rock videos, anything.
Talk show now. Would you want to interview on a talk show?
It's endless, bro.
Yeah.
Like what kind of a talk show would you want to do? A monologue and then ask questions or sketches or like?
I want to do like what Carson would do when Rodney would come on and make him piss his fucking pants, shit like that.
Yeah, but except for you, it'd be you and Romeo.
Oh, I can't wait for him and Jim.
Exactly.
with that.
He's,
But
he's an everyman co-host. Romeo's a co-host. He's
Well,
not a
do you
guest.
want
Oh,
to
yeah.
hear me imitate the Iron Sheik?
More than anything.
That would be great.
I'd fuck his ass and make him humble. That fucking piece of shit, Hulk Hogan. He steal my cock. That fucking piece of shit. Fuck his ass and make him humble and break his back. Fuck you. I'm the one with the 10-inch cock.
That's great. That's really terrific. Yeah.
I
That's
studied
really
it
very
so
good.
much, man.
That's very,
I
very
used
good.
to imitate it
Who
5,
else
6
do you
years
do?
ago.
Who else do you do?
You do imitations, a lot of them?
Yeah, Joe Pesci I've done.
I mean, you got to hear Pesci. Because somebody else compared you to Pesci.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one of the. Don Rickles was a fucking god in the industry.
What
man.
does Don Rickles sound
I
like?
don't. I can't imitate him. He's one of the few I can't. But
Can
he
you do
was like-
Pesci?
What does
he's a
Pesci sound like?
Yo,
What
Don
does-
Rickles is
he's-
psycho.
but what does
He's
Pesci
lovely.
sound
Yeah, what does
like?
Pesci sound like? You do sound like him naturally.
He thinks this is funny, huh? The fuck you looking at, you? You believe this prick? Hey, he asked me to christen his kid. I says, yeah, all right, you're 7,000. I charged them.
Nah, that was good. I like that. I like that. That was good stuff. That was good stuff.
So you make your
But,
friends laugh.
Oh, I love making people. I people are coming up to bars saying I'm changing their life, and and that's why I love my fans. I'll never charge them $1 for because the industry I'm sure will take care of that.
Sure.
I'm not going to charge my fans any money to ever meet me. You don't have to ask me for a photo. It's nonsense.
What if it's a convention?
What do you
That's
mean?
true. They have conventions where you go and people
do-
pay to meet you.
Yeah, you stand at a convention, sit at a table.
Again,
different.
that's something that will be left up to the people that handle the business. That's not
Yeah, I mean, I would talk to
if
your manager right now and say, like, let's charge for some pictures
That's
and
up to him.
autographs. You know what
I
mean?
wouldn't, but that's up to him. As far as photos and all that shit, no, I'm not charging. If somebody throws one guy did this at the bar. He threw me $20, and I refused, and he goes, no, I says, all right, but other than that, no, I don't expect nothing.
You'll just take a picture because people want
I
to.
love it. Yeah, I love it,
fun.
man. And if I can inspire somebody that can get through what I went through, hell yeah, man.
Now,
It
I've
makes you feel
heard,
good,
I've heard
know?
you have a celebrity boxing match coming up in September
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife guy from YouTube,
Right.
Antoine Dodson.
Yeah, I was just seeing the
nice.
picture.
Who is
of him,
that?
actually.
He's the guy who says, like, hide your kids, hide your wife.
He kind of looks like a heroin version of RuPaul.
Everybody out here.
You're already trash
That's what he
talking.
looks like.
Already trash talking. That's good stuff.
I'm just being honest. I'm not even trying to be rude.
You got to
I-
talk
that's what
people
I
into the
thought.
building.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
who he is.
You don't
I
know who
didn't
Hide Your
either.
Kids, Hide Your Wife
Oh,
is?
yes.
Look at him.
Okay.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah,
So
you
now
think
are
you're
you-
going to kick the shit out of him, do you think?
I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal details. I just know I'm fighting him.
Can you fight? Have you fought
I
in a
haven't.
while?
I haven't ever taken boxing, but I mean, I could do pretty good for myself. Yeah, sure.
Are you
Didn't look
training?
like it from
No.
the video.
I don't need to train.
Is this a fixed fight?
No, I'm sure it's not a fixed fight.
No, ask Anthony. I don't know if I should.
No, it's not a fixed fight. It's a real fight.
No,
So,
yeah.
do you think you should train
Probably-
maybe a
I
little
think
bit?
it's probably fixed. Yeah.
Duh. But WrestleMania is not fixed.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay.
Do you want to train a little
But,
bit?
oh my God! I just want to smack him for being so goddamn ugly. No
Yeah.
offense.
So who's scripted in there to win this one? Do we know yet?
You want me to spoil that?
Could
I can't
you?
spoil that.
Could you?
I mean,
I want to know.
Ask him.
Who's gonna win?
You'll have to see.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
you
have
go.
to
The
see. We'll have to
manager's
wait
being a
and find-
manager. Yeah,
Right, right.
He's got to say.
You know, I would think that they'll probably script our friend here to win. I think Antoine is a little bit yesterday's news. Chris the Bagel Guy is today's news.
That's right.
I think the fix is in for Chris the Bagel Guy. That's what I think.
Where are you doing this fight? Is it Garden?
Where is it again, Anthony?
It's somebody's garden.
I think it's in Jersey.
It's in Atlantic
somewhere.
City.
God,
Oh, it is in Atlantic
He's
City.
gonna, hey, Chris is giving you.
There you go.
He's giving you the information.
want
At
to
the
work
bottom there.
Yeah, it's in Atlantic City.
So yeah, subscribe to us, Facebook, blah blah blah, for all that stuff. Instagram, Chris Bagel Boss Morgan, and then yeah, I'm fighting in Atlantic City, September 7th at the Showboat Hotel.
Oh, all right. It's a
And
legit
go-
place.
Yeah.
Go to @CelebrityBoxing1 on Instagram.
Oh, Celebrity
What's your
Boxing One.
Instagram, Chris?
you wanna see this?
Yeah, no, I want to. You can plug it. You should plug it.
What do you mean plug it?
Say. Oh,
It doesn't have a plug to plug in.
Damn it, Sal! You gotta plug it in.
I don't know
Fuck
I don't know what you
no.
mean, man. I don't
yeah.
know what you-
It's hold on.
Read it.
Chris
I just
Bagel
did, I
Boss
did.
Morgan on Instagram.
Oh.
So people want to follow you.
I
Chris
just read
Bagel
that,
Boss
yeah.
Morgan.
Jimmy
Chris,
just read it.
I know. I'm not saying I'm not a stupid asshole. I'm
No,
just
but you're
reiterating.
making him look stupid.
That's what he's
I-
Oh, my God.
This guy over here. This
And,
guy.
who are you on
He
YouTube?
nailed me again.
Whatever it says there.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say who's he on YouTube. Chris Bagel Boss
On,
Morgan.
on YouTube, just search Chris Real Bagel Boss. He'll pop up.
Real Bagel Boss.
Yeah,
Made the YouTube.
Here's your thing, Mister.
Now let me ask you this, Chris. You're putting a lot of trust into this manager. How do you know that he's not? And no offense to your manager, of course, but
Yeah.
how do you know, based on history, he's not another person who's gonna take money from you?
Because first of all, we're in contract, and
Yeah.
the last few days, the work they've put in,
I see.
there were things that he went out of his way above and beyond to do things and all that kind of stuff that I didn't know, and then they're constantly showing me the numbers that I trust these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus the fact that things have been taken care of where I didn't have to go on my own wall, and
even if you are an actual legit talented person, you should never trust anybody like that. You can just see that smarmy little douche is taking full advantage of this guy. Like, he just don't learn.
like, holy crap.
They're
Right,
looking to
so-
make money with you,
Of course,
not take
it's
money
a valuable investment, but
Yeah.
not everybody does. Nobody's ever done that. So I mean, listen, if nobody ever forks $1 out, that's sketchy. But
They're already spending
they've
money.
taken very.
They're
well
already
care of it.
proving that they're in this
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
long
Oh
haul.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're like the best I've ever seen. I trust.
I mean, what's it
So-
like to be on that that list of the top viral stars, of the famous
Yeah.
viral stars? You're gonna
I'm
be.
just-
I mean, you're chocolate rain over here.
I don't even know what to say, to be honest. But except thank all my fans and all the guys that did the work to put me on that platform.
How do you feel about all the negative response, though? A lot of
It
people
doesn't
making
affect me
fun
now.
of you.
I don't give a shit.
You don't care.
It
You
doesn't
don't
affect me that much anymore. Ever since I got hooked up with this opportunity.
Right, because you're
So-
making money.
Hello,
Hello,
yeah,
cash
kiss my
is king.
motherfucking ass.
So how are you going to do a follow-up? Because people always want to follow up. They always want to go, all right, what do you
Yeah.
got now for us? What do you got for us now?
Well-
So what are you going to do next?
Well, I'm always writing. I used to write like comedy songs and real songs like Weird Al, and so I could throw.
What's
in
a
some,
comedy song you wrote?
Oh, I wrote a bunch, but they were mostly sexually explicit. But one of
That's
them,
okay. That's
the
fine.
only thing I can remember, the one line is this: it was about instead of the Billy Joel Big Shot, it was about Obama. Why do you gotta be a big cock? Shit like that.
Oh,
Stuff like that. You
Not
know.
afraid to get political either.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Or instead of, do you really want to hurt me from Boy
Culture
George?
Club.
Do you really want to rape me?
Okay, that's,
But I
tough,
didn't keep
yeah.
the fucking songs. I had like 8 of them stapled, and I had them for years, and I threw them out. Had I known I was going to be here today, I would have kept the fucking
What do you
thing.
throw them out for?
I have a sneaking suspicion he just made that up. He just made both of them up. But hold on 2 seconds. All right, let's go. Let's finish this off.
It sat in my closet for years, and it just collected dust.
Maybe
Fuck
you
it, I threw
Did
it
you
away.
sing them or just write them?
I just wrote them.
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
think
didn't
you had
record them.
audio.
No, they were all typed out, but I just fucking didn't keep them.
Let me ask you
You
this:
know, so,
How often do you find yourself falling into a fit of rage?
not as much as I used to. Especially now, I don't even have the time, which is great because we're working.
But I mean,
And
you
they
know,
pulled me away from that, which is like,
let's start with, I mean, starting from the Bagel Boss incident, as
Right.
we'll say, and before. How often is not as much? Are we talking
no,
about
like on and off, like not every day, but on and off.
a couple times a week?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but there were reasons why.
You're not
people
starting the problems.
No,
Never.
no, not at all. Like there'll be people that go up to your stuff at the marina and just touch your shit,
Right.
and it's like you didn't pay for this, and they wait to steal your shit.
You should get on Cameo. Sorry, Sam. You
Go
should get
ahead.
on Cameo.
Yes.
That's what you should do on
Yes.
Cameo.
They told me
Oh,
that.
yeah, you got to do
You're
it
on top of it.
fast.
Right.
Have the
Right,
fucking
right.
Bagel Boss guy yell at you on Cameo.
Yeah.
Or give a nice message.
Whatever you want.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, you flat-titted idiot. You know,
Right,
whatever the
right.
fucking message would be.
Right, but that's just to his ex-wife. Now, what do you?
Are we allowed to tell jokes? It's
We
just jokes.
prefer
or
Just
no?
jokes.
Whatever you want.
That's a good
I
one.
mean, as long as
Sam.
it's just jokes.
It's not meant for race. It's just funny. Can I
Sure.
say it or
Yeah,
no?
absolutely.
I'm not
Oh,
out to
God.
offend anybody.
but just
free
make a
form.
joke.
It's
Open
just
forum.
jokes.
Open forum.
I'm trying to think of the two, but okay. So, are you sure this is okay?
It's an open forum.
Okay. How are black people and slinkies alike?
Mm-hmm.
They're both useless, but they're fun to watch fall down the stairs.
Okay.
That's a rough one, Chris.
It's just a joke. I didn't make it up.
I
didn't
can't
make-
say that I would agree with that one.
All right,
Yeah, you
all right.
should-
But it's not. You remember the truly tasteless jokes that came out in
Blanche
the 90s?
Knott, I
That's where I
think.
got it from. There were
Yeah.
books published on
You
it.
But
don't
you
wanna-
love that joke.
This is hysterical.
It's
It's not, you don't
hysterical.
take it
I was just in a
seriously, you know.
documentary about this.
But I won't
books.
tell anymore.
Yeah,
But you
I
don't, you
don't-
don't,
yeah.
Chris, you don't want to
That's
do a lot of
fine,
racist
that's
stuff these days because
But look, so I've taken tons of short jokes, so fucking
Sure.
take it. Not you, meaning the public. But I won't mention it.
times
anymore.
have
Fuck.
changed and people get
I
really
know,
mad at
I
that
know.
stuff
I
now.
mean,
and-
everything bothers me. You
Right.
know, come on.
I mean, take this from a
It's
guy
like-
who gets into fights with store clerks a couple times a week over short jokes. I would think that you'd be sensitive to
Yeah,
the people who
like-
get bothered by things, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you should.
Fuck
Not the
'em though,
racist
right?
jokes have no place, but you don't want to. This day and age, people get in trouble for that stuff, and,
I know,
and you
I
don't want
know,
to shoot yourself in the foot. You get all
Of
this
course
fame
not.
going on in this
Yeah,
career.
Especially close range.
Yeah.
Right. But everything's just joke and fun. It's nothing's meant to look. I don't turn into that kind of a person unless there's a reason.
Right.
I don't. I don't start shit with anybody unless
Well,
you
let me
fuck
ask you
with me.
this. What do you say to these people that kind of get on your case a little bit, and they would say, the people that would say, hey, Chris, if everyone's the problem, that means you're the problem.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's another method of what's called reverse psychology.
I see.
Now,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
want
I
people
see.
to get the wrong idea because you told a joke like that. So, what would you say to people who said, "Hey, this guy's a racist," or "This guy
I'm
is"?
not. I have black friends I hang out with at the marina.
I
I'm
see.
not racist, for God's sakes.
I mean, come
I
on.
can. I think of at least 7 that just popped in my head that I used to see every day when I was unemployed fishing there.
Right.
So your perception of that is bullshit, not you.
Yeah,
Whoever
yeah,
may
in
Right.
think
general,
that.
I'm asking you to say,
Bullshit.
yeah,
Right.
How much more real you want me to be?
yeah. You don't want people to misinterpret a joke
Of
and say, "This
course.
is who this guy is."
And
Right.
if you still have a problem, I don't know what to tell you. It's called a scotoma. It's a block in your head that I can't change your thinking.
You know, it's
It's
interesting.
not my problem.
Right.
It does
You know?
does seem like a lot of times your philosophy is, here's my statement,
Right.
and if you would like to disagree or question it,
Right.
you're an idiot.
No, not that they're an idiot,
I
but
see.
if they question it, that's fine. If I come across as ambiguous,
Right.
but if I'm telling you it's a joke and you still get mad, then you got a fucking problem.
You don't like when people judge you. Like you don't mind if they disagree with you, but when someone starts judging you,
Yeah, like people will joke with me a lot, but and then it starts to get out of hand, and they don't say they're joking. I'm telling you I'm joking. If you still have a problem with it, that's not my problem. I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince. I got enough shit to worry about.
Hey, remember when Romeo
know?
was in there, just kind of dancing in the back of
Yes.
the deli like that? Troy, can you pull up the
He's
video?
about an inch taller than me. He's got the biggest fucking swagger I've ever seen.
I
in
thought you
my
were gonna
life.
say cock.
He is fucking hilarious, man. Oh, that's why he's taking advantage of you. Did you see that at the end?
Yeah.
Yo, he was fucking up.
Yeah, look at him. He's flipping. You love it.
You look tickled.
Well, watch. He's gonna go suck it. watch.
He likes that.
Romeo, I love this guy. Look, watch.
Oh, he's dancing.
Holy shit, this guy's great.
The other table full of people didn't seem entertained.
They didn't get it. They didn't get it.
I was so focused, I might not even
That's
see
their
that.
problem,
Yeah.
right?
What's that?
That's their problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You look so happy
That was
when
so
he's around.
fucking funny, my
Yeah.
God.
Is that the same guy that did the fucking puppet video?
No,
oh,
no,
I
no.
didn't realize
Different
that.
No, that was Romeo. The puppet guy was Jose.
I couldn't see because he had a hat on. He was behind the
Right,
puppet.
Right. Yeah, we thought he was the same, but
No, he's
different.
not the same guy.
So what's next for Chris Morgan? Where can people keep up with you?
play
Oh,
this, Ray?
he wants to see it again.
You love this.
Play
This
from the
is-
beginning. Play from the
From the beginning, Troy.
This is Jose. This is Chris's friend Jose.
Oh, wait, hold on. Stop.
Backstory.
Stop. Before you play this,
Yes.
he told me a story. Like now he used to hang down here, and I didn't know him, but he knew me. He told me a story. I didn't know this. He goes, I had passed out in my car one day with a blunt hanging out, burning out of the window.
Right.
He goes, this is how he wanted to get to know me. He's like, the cops went by, looked at me, they looked at each other, went. He goes, that's crazy, motherfucker. He goes, that's something I would do. I'm like, are you serious? They didn't say nothing. It was burning. He goes, yeah, you fucking crazy fuck. But anyway, let's see.
So they basically saw you with you're just sitting there
'Cause I
kind
got
of hanging
so-
your hand out of your house.
Yeah, they probably looked it up. I got like 20 tickets. And like, fucking, I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're bullshit.
This guy.
Play,
And now
play,
here he
play,
is.
play.
Here he is leaning into your living room window, and he's got his Ernie puppet.
Play this shit.
Yeah.
I'm looking for pussy. Just because you're a tall motherfucker, you think your shit don't stink? Well, you want to know something? I can get pussy too. Look at me. I got a red nose. My name is Chucky and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I love this motherfucker out there. What the fuck you laughing for? Is there any fish out there, motherfucker? Because I'm down to make soup.
This is how we live every day.
It's incredible.
Every day.
What
that's
a
how
party. What a party.
That fucking guy.
Now, did he write that or did he just improv that?
He's an improv.
Really?
Yo, you know what he did before this?
No.
He
Drugs?
whips out he'll put well, that's up.
Get out of jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulls up and he'll just sit there and he whips out a megaphone and he was fucking with people.
What was he saying?
No.
It was, and then another friend of mine, there was a couple hot chick on the beach. I says, yo, go down there, roll the windows down and blast porno music. And they started laughing. Another time, you know that many uses of the word fuck? You know that?
Oh, yeah. You
know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, blast that at the beach. People were like, one guy comes up and goes, what radio station is that? It's not a radio, it's fucking YouTube. They're loving it.
Yeah. Welcome to 2019, dickhead.
But we started pulling the most erratic shit down at that marina like 2 weeks before we met Anthony and all them. This is how we were living every
You guys
fucking
like
day.
to go on. It's
Laughing
like a
our
party
asses
everywhere. It's a
off.
party everywhere. pretty
Yeah,
much.
and there's a ton of my friends, tons of them doing wacky shit like this.
Highs and lows for
Fucking
you, huh?
hilarious, man.
Highs and lows.
Yeah, and this is the best way that if I don't have a woman and deal with depressions, this is what I do every day.
You need a reality show.
Thank you.
You've been saying that, right?
Well, when I posted the Al Kaleo thing, the guy when he told me about his business, he posted or it might have been someone else. He said that months ago. This guy needs a reality show.
Yeah.
And now you said it.
Yep.
Hey,
That's fucking ironic, bro.
isn't that interesting?
Yep, absolutely. It's one of those things you should work on. Maybe the next step.
I have no idea how to pull it off. Like I said, it's up to him. I have no connections to that, but he does.
Okay.
I have the talent. I can bring it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
Well, that's obvious.
That's out of my hands.
Want more Jim and Sam? Catch up with
All I can say is what I've been saying for the last bit of to the end of this. I can't wait to see him and Chip together. He is Chip. He's a smaller, fatter Chip, basically, with his crazy friends. Literally, that's like Jim Norton and all the characters in his head is that man and his mates. Yeah, he's off his head. He's kind of like all the other, like Bobo, like Lady Di, Bichetti, but he just hasn't got the charm that they have. and I don't know what it is, why he doesn't and they do, but it just is. Yeah. Wow. Next up will be him and Chip. I just, yeah, that's gonna be. I just can already tell that's gonna be hilarious, because he is the most Chip-like person I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, anyway, that's the reaction. Sweet.